Hey there, fellas. Welcome on into Wednesday morning. That's right. We're on the hump day edition here of Winning Bets. We get to talk some sports and talk some sports betting as well. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Your morning's off to a good little start. Weekend is halfway there, so you got that to look forward to. Summertime, baby. Let's get on into it. Let's make sure we, of course, go ahead and recap yesterday. And then, of course, we've got today's MLB action live today on the Payoff page at 11 a.m. Eastern time with myself and the Hockey Squirrel. We'll preview today's MLB games. There's 4 afternoon games. And then a nice night slate as well to take us on into Wednesday evening. All right, so going ahead first and starting to throw up that recap, we get to go ahead and ring that cash register. How about a 5-4 day, but it's a little weird because we had some half-unit plays out there, but a 5-4 certainly on the surface, and plus 1.75 units. Love to see that right there. Love having a nice, good bounce back, right? We struggled a little bit on Monday, going 1-3. Bounce back right there and get almost all of it back at plus 1.75 units. Boy, we started off, though, with an absolute heartbreaker there. How about the Astros F5 team total? You know, it took them a while to go ahead and get to Patrick Corbin. I mean, got to go ahead and give Patrick Corbin credit through the first 4 innings. He was limiting really everything, limiting hits, limiting walks. But in the 5th inning, okay, you started to get to it, and boy, you got excited right in the first batter right there when Dubon, he hit a homer to go ahead and start the party there in the 5th inning. So, okay, now we just need 2 more runs. Altuve draws a walk. Okay, love to see that right there. Bregman fouls out the first. No big deal. You still got Altuve on first. You still just need a 2-run home run or tack on some few runs or some few hits, and you can go ahead and get those 3 runs that you need. You get the home run from Tucker, but unfortunately, before Tucker hits the 2-run blast, Altuve has to go ahead and get picked off first. Really heartbreaking stuff right there. We're able to get to Patrick Corbin. You're able to get to Patrick Corbin via the long ball. But Altuve I didn't watch it, so who knows if he was caught sleeping or what the hell he was doing over there on first base. But if he doesn't get picked off, the next pitch is hit for a bomb, and we're up 3-0, and we go ahead and get a cash. We talk about, guys, the margins of winning and losing are like really small. Like that play, that little sequence right there really highlights it, right? You've kind of struggling. You kind of get some life back into it. And Altuve makes, we'll call it a mistake. We weren't watching, but I'm sure it was a mistake. You can't, just can't really get picked off right there. And that causes you to lose a bet. A picked off at first base causes you to lose it. The margins of winning and losing, this shit's small. It's really small. So heartbreaking stuff right there. Pirates on that money line, they didn't quite get it done. And that was actually an interesting one yesterday throughout the day for me. Yesterday, I live in one of these high rises here in Chicago. Friendly with most of the neighbors and friendly with this one guy that's a relatively big Cubs fan. I remember talking with him yesterday afternoon. It was well after the payoff pitch. I'd already given out all my bets and stuff, and come across him in the hallway. We start talking about the Cubs game because, like I said, he's just a big-time Cubs game. He goes, well, Taillon's on the mound tonight, so you can chalk that up for a loss. I'm like, yeah, you actually can chalk that up to a loss. I've actually bet on the Pirates. He's like, oh, that's a good one. He's like, I don't know what you bet, but I'm sure the Pirates were favored. I was like, actually, no. The Pirates were an underdog against Jameson Taillon. He said, no shit. He said, well, you're going to get yourself a good win tonight. He says, you deserve it. I mean, the stats were there, man. I hear you. I can't wait to run into you today in the hallway and see what you have to say. Taillon, I'm sure you're going to be completely shocked that Taillon had a nice outing. And the Pirates were actually up twice in that game. They were up 1-0 in the first inning. They were up 3-2 at some point. And unfortunately, the Cubs just got to that, Pirates bullpen and able to add on a slew of runs and got the game really out of hand. And, the Pirates couldn't come back. But, yeah, one of those bets, you're on the right side, right? Gave it out at plus 125. Most of the day, it was about plus 110. It just couldn't quite come through for us. What did come through for us, though, was that Marlins and Mariners game over 7. That one felt really good. 2 days ago on the payoff pitch, that was a lean. We were talking about it yesterday, like it was going to be a lean, and then I was like, why the hell is this going to be a lean? Like, the stats are there. 2 good offenses, struggling bullpens, starter-wise, Cabrera and Kirby, not as good as last night. Luzardo and whoever the hell the Mariners were throwing out there, Bryce Miller. Those 2 starters aren't as good as that. Now, Kirby had him a hell of a night striking out 10 Marlins, but just on the surface, numbers-wise, like you got worse starters, 2 good offenses, and 2 bad bullpens. Yeah, sign me up for an over 7. And that game soared over, going 9-3 as the Mariners pick up the win, getting 12 runs. And then we picked up our YRFI, where we only put a half unit on each, including the full game one. But boy, were we wildly successful. How about a plus 220 cash if the Cardinals would score first in the first inning? They get it done getting a couple runs. Pirates at plus 265 to score in the first inning. They get a solo home run. So that one cashes right there. Dodgers in the first inning, plus 195. They get 4 runs in the first inning off Lance Lynn. So, basically all 3 of those were basically at plus 200 or more. So love that right there. You get tripped up by the Astros. You just talked about them, right? Really couldn't get anything going until the 5th inning. And the Reds score 5 runs. All 5 runs come in the second inning. Classic, right? Had to come 1 inning too late. But then you come right back with the full game YRFI there in Blue Jays Orioles. And I think, if I recall, both teams may have fact scored in the first inning, if I recall. But certainly the Blue Jays, who I don't really care who the hell did. They got it done. But hey, remember we tried this a couple weeks ago? We did a quarter unit on each game. This week we bumped it up to a half unit. It's only been 2 sample sizes, but so far we turned a profit a couple weeks ago. We did it. Last night we were wildly successful doing it because, again, you mentioned hit basically 3 plays that are plus 200 or greater. You hit a minus 108, and you only have to subtract 1 unit because while you've got 2 losses, you only put a half unit on each one. So you only get to subtract 1 unit from your wins. Yeah, obviously certainly carried our night, and we'll look to play it again. If we get another day where there's enough of those opportunities, maybe we can put out half unit plays. Yeah, we'll certainly do that again. And actually on the payoff pitch today, there is a spot that you want to go ahead and bet on a team to go ahead and score in the first inning. So love to see it right there. Good day right there. Nice bounce back at 5-4 and plus 1.75 units. Absolutely love to see that right there. Let's go ahead and jump in that comment section, see how you guys are treating this Wednesday morning. And then I got something else I want to share with you guys as well. Brian, what's going on? You think it's going to be a great Wednesday? Loving the mentality, Brian. I'm right there with you. Right there with you, Brian. I'm right there with you. Good morning to Gent. How are you feeling? Still, you're still a champion. You're a champion for the next 300 days. It's going to take a while for the Denver Nuggets not to be the defending champions. Hope you're still feeling good, my man. Congrats on the A's winning their World Series yesterday. That was crazy, those scenes yesterday. Nobody shows up to the ballpark. They do a reverse boycott to kind of show their issues with the ownership of the Athletics. The whole bottom section of the stadium looked like it was relatively full. The upper parts of the stadium were certainly empty, but thousands of fans that haven't shown up in years all of a sudden showed up to voice their displeasure with the ownership. So I'd love to see that right there. And they win their 7th game in a row. What? I mean, I threw them in yesterday's honorable mention on payoff pitch as like a dog, but it wasn't one that obviously I wasn't going to bet. It didn't really have much conviction behind it, but they're just humming along. Are they going to knock off Tyler Glass now? Now they got a real task. You got to get Tyler Glass now. You're going to get, McClanahan, Glass now. You're really picking straws on who's the better starter, I think, right there. So let's see if they get to Glass now tonight. They knock off Glass now you got my attention. 2 straight sweeps in a row. You won a sweep previously before that against the first place Pirates. See what they do. They could be up and again a tough little day though, taking on Tyler Glass now. He's a real tough one, but like to see it. Looked like a lot of overs hit last night. Oh yeah, overs did hit and missed the recap there, but we got $35 of arbitrage because we did a 3-legged parlay. We took the over in the Blue Jays Orioles. We took the over in the Cardinals Giants, and we took the over in the Cubs Pirates and put them in a little 3-legged parlay. And that's how we got $35 to go ahead and play with this week. So yeah, a lot of overs last night, Brian. Felt good to be on the right side of those suckers, I tell you that. A's are on fire, Ryan. Are you betting them, Ryan? 7-game win streak. That's the problem with the A's when it literally comes out of nowhere. Yeah, you can talk about they're a good dog today. And Squirrel can mention how they're a value. They're probably not valuable, maybe in this current mini stretch, but you've been on the payoff pitch. You've been hearing him talk about the value. He's been right, but who's actually been able to take advantage of this 7-game win streak? Who's actually thought that this would happen? DraftKings is trying to suck you in with their if you started with $10 and rolled the profits over each game, you'd be at $5,000 or whatever the hell it is, that last graphic they showed. Nobody is doing that. That's just to suck you in to the next team that's on a terrible losing streak, and you can do that, and then obviously DraftKings gobbles up your money. Ain't nobody put 7 money lines in a row. It literally came out of nowhere, and against good teams. Pirates, Rays, Brewers suck. We've faded them a few times this season, but Yeah, crazy stuff right there. Giants money line, Jared. I've been on Giants money line the first 2 games of this series. I've been on the money line the first 2 games of this series. One day I put it in a free roll. Obviously the whole parlay lost, but that leg hit. And yesterday I said Giants on rapid fire. I don't know why people just continuously bet the Cardinals. It's just you gotta stop betting the names of these jerseys, people. You gotta stop betting the jerseys. You gotta start betting the numbers. Jared, Giants money line. Like to see it, man. Like to see it. What's going on with these A's? I don't know, man. I don't know. It's fun to watch. I want to know what the players. I don't listen to any post game, stuff from that game. But I want to know what the players thought. I mean, literally, you're playing in front of like 1,000 fans a night, and last night, I don't know how many people can fit in that bottom, part of the stadium. Right, tens of thousands of people were there last night. I want to know what the players were thinking of that. I think they win like 2-1. They weren't fully inspired, but they got the job done. They get the job done. Yeah, I can't bet them even though they're winning because it's not going. Yeah, that's the problem. And that's why DraftKings is now sending out this promo. So it's going to be like, oh, I'll go ahead and jump on this, like bet the money line, roll the prop, because they're going to lose. If they beat Glasnow tonight, I'd be shocked if they can beat Tyler Glasnow tonight. I'll be pretty damn shocked. I'll be pretty damn shocked. Moneyball sequel, that's right. That's right. Little Billy Beanball, is that what his name was? Billy Bean, something like that. Tanner, you had a lovely sweep yesterday, 4-0. You're on the Twins full game today. All right, Tanner. Give it up, Tanner. Nice 4-0 sweep. Love to see it, Tanner. Keep it rolling, man. You're on the Twins full game today. What is it? It's Colin Rea up against Bailey Ober. Yeah, I still think it'll be what the first game went to extra innings. Last night was a walk-off win for Carlos Correa. I remember seeing that highlight. It's going to be tight, but hell, you're on a heater, so I may jump on that Twins full game today. Let's get it, Tanner. You also like the Diamondbacks to go ahead and bounce back today. You've got Merrill Kelly going up against Ranger Suarez. I'll tell you right now, Jared, just take the over. The Phillies are smoking right-handed pitching. I know Merrill Kelly is decent, but not the way the Phillies are hitting right now. Hell, they were all over Zach Davies. Now, obviously Zach Davies isn't Merrill Kelly, but let's not also make it seem like Merrill Kelly is some Cy Young candidate. So he can give up 3-ish runs. But I'll tell you right now, the Diamondbacks are crushing left-handed pitching. That's the reason why I already tweeted out their bet of their over F5 team total. They're smoking left-handed pitching. I think Ranger Suarez will get tagged. I just like the over, Jared. I like the over in that game. That was an easy one to predict the Phillies were going to win. I mean, it was Zach Wheeler over against Zach Davies. That was an easy one. Congratulations on the Knights. Yeah, the Vegas Gold Knights getting it done. Vegas Gold Knights getting it done. Hey, where can we find these F5 team totals you're giving out? Bet365 in terms of legal U.S. sports books. Bet365, PointsBet, and DraftKings. There may be other legal books that do it, but I'm unaware. I know MGM doesn't, FanDuel doesn't, Caesars doesn't, and BetRivers / Barstools doesn't. But there's 3 books. I'm sure you've got DraftKings. I'd like to think you probably got DraftKings, so you can get them. So you're saying there's a bet today for the Rays to win. I would think so, Ryan. I would think so to get it right. Guys, I tried to find us an absolute gold mine. This is why I think today is going to be an absolute beauty of a day, because we're out for blood today from these sports books. I woke up this morning, I tweeted this play out. Spencer Strider, look at that 7.5 Ks. Remember yesterday on Payoff pitch, it was at 9.5 because Squirrel took the under. I was like, well, I don't know, man. Tigers strike out a ton, but I get it. 10 plus strikeouts is a ton. He hasn't done it a ton. So in the end, I was okay with, on board with that under 9.5 Ks. But look at FanDuel. They had 7.5 Ks. I don't know how long this was 7.5 Ks, but I logged in. Of course, I bet it. And then I send the tweet out for you guys to bet it. And then I went back into FanDuel. I was like, man, let me just see if that's even still there. And it was gone. Now, I'm not saying my wager did it, but I did go pretty heavy because I knew that 7.5 was wrong, because I had already been price shopping earlier this morning before that on Caesars and DraftKings, and they had 9.5. So I knew as soon as I saw 7.5, that was a full-on mistake. So I dropped quite a lot of cash on that play. It's no longer going to be an official play because FanDuel realized their mistake, and if I was the one that tipped them off on that, it was pretty quick after my wager. But that being said, I'm not going to sit here and act like I was the one that did it. Anybody who saw over 7.5 was probably racing to get their cash down, because that was a massive mistake. So, but this just shows we're on it today, fellas. We're on our game. The books are effing up today, and we're coming for profits just like we got our profits yesterday. So, hey guys, there's also going to be no show on Thursday, Friday. No show on Thursday, Friday. Family's going to go ahead and take a little mini vacation. And not only to go with no show on Thursday, Friday, I will have no picks Friday, Saturday, Sunday because I'll be in Wisconsin, and Wisconsin's not a legal state. So I'll be able to bet Thursday before we head on out of town because we're not going to leave until like mid-morning. So I'll wake up and be prepared and be able to get some bets out Thursday. But there'll be no shows Thursday, Friday, and there'll be no bets at all on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, which for myself will actually kind of be a nice little break. I don't know the last time I haven't woken up and handicapped sports. I mean, went to New Orleans and was still handicapping down there because it was legal. I do it even during holidays. I don't remember when I genuinely took like days off from handicapping. So it'll be nice. It'll be a nice little break, and we'll get out there to Wisconsin and enjoy ourselves. So that's what we got coming up this week. No shows Thursday, Friday. So let's go out with the banger today on Payoff Pitch, live at 11 a.m. Eastern Time with myself and the Hockey Squirrel. Speaking of him, let me go get him. So let's see how his night went last night, and then let's preview today's MLB slate. Whoa, why did that just get small? That was weird. Let's get that back bigger. That was really weird. That was weird. Let's get this thing bigger again. There we go. That was weird. What do you got? Strider is going to send you off on a great vacation. I'm telling you, man, I got a lot of money on that. I knew that was a mistake. I mean, you guys have probably seen my Twitter account. I tried to tweet it. I tried to get it out as soon as I could. But now, it can't be a real play because you guys had like 2 minutes to tail. So that's not fair for me to get a easy win and you guys get missed out. So yeah, I can't. Hopefully he sends me off. And it was, what did that screenshot say? Like minus 126. Like they had it all wrong. They got the juice way wrong. Here, let's go see what it is now. Because FanDuel is one of those sports books that you can do alternate strikeout props. Let's go see what 8 or more is on the alternate line. It's way more than minus 126. They effed up big time on that line. Let's see. Spencer Strider, alternate strikeout. It's minus 320. Minus 320, and I'm locked in at minus 126 for a lot of cash. Reward me for the great find. I just wish you guys could also be on there with me. I wish it could be a real play. Jury duty. Thank you. Your service is needed, Brian. It's a very underappreciated job. Very good. I actually felt like shit the one time I skipped out on it. I was like in my mid-20s, got called for it in South Carolina. I was like, man, I ain't doing this shit. I actually felt a little bad. Like that's part of your duty is when you're called to do it. So, all right, Brian, do the thing and make it work out. Does the wife take vacations based on where you're betting? Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. And that's funny because I went to New Orleans without her, so I got to clearly pick that location. Now you go with her, she picks it, and we're going somewhere where it's not legal. I like that, legit. I like that. All right, guys, let me go find ourselves a Hockey Squirrel again. This is a great baseball slate. We just got 16 games today because you got 2 games today in the great city of Detroit where they're taking on those Braves. So, all right, give me a minute or two. Let's go find ourselves a squirrel. We'll come on back. We'll talk today's baseball slate. All right, fellas. Hey there, baseball enthusiasts. Welcome on into the Wednesday episode here. Hump Day edition here of the Payoff Pitch. We're live every single day at 11 a.m. Eastern Time with myself and the Hockey Squirrel previewing today's MLB slate, powered each and every single day by the great sportsbook over on Bet Openly. 1% juice. You win more and lose less with Bet Openly. Got over there and check them out. Squirrel, happy Wednesday. What's up, man? I think you muted yourself, my man. Unmute yourself.
Hello.
There you go.
Better?
We got you. Yeah, we got you.
Fun night last night out at the ballpark. Got a free T-shirt and some unlimited concessions. A great comeback by the Twins, and had a 10-6 day overall. Didn't win as much as it would sound like at 10-6. I mean, I did win, but do remember that I took that my one shot at that minus 218 on the Red Sox went into the 10th inning, and they didn't pull it off. So sucks, but. Still a profitable day, I guess. Just not as much as I'd hoped. But
yeah.
Moving into today, man, some weird stuff. I have one really large dog that I have great value on right now. It's not at the same price I got it, but I'll mention it. I want to talk about it when we get there. So
I got a big dog in long shots myself. I've got a big one. So we'll see if maybe we've got the same one. You don't have that shirt handy, do you? Just to show it off, because that's a badass shirt you got last night.
Yeah. Can I grab it?
Yeah,
it's not like right next to me, but
these people want to see it.
One sec.
Yeah, Squirrel was at that Brewers Twins game. You guys remember he obviously gave out the NRFI yesterday in the Twins and the Brewers game, so I know his day at the ball game started off with a great little cash right there, and then obviously stay until the end and getting a good walk-off win. Walk-off bomb? Yeah, walk-off bomb there by Carlos Correa. He picked up a pretty cool shirt. He shared on his TikTok platform. It's a pretty cool shirt. I haven't gotten one like that at the ball game anywhere I've been, so yeah, let's see this thing.
Okay, let's see. I got... Looks like this.
Yeah, dude, that's so cool. I love that. I love that. Nothing on the back?
Yeah. No, just gray on the back.
Love it. Yeah, that's a great shirt. So you got your NRFI to cash. Did you stream the whole thing live on TikTok? I saw you upload it, or were you streaming your NRFI?
Yeah, I didn't live stream the actual NRFI from the ballpark. That might have been kind of fun, but yeah, I just did a couple videos, when I got there and then after it cashed and whatnot. But yeah, other than that.
Good. Yeah. Glad you had a good night at the ballpark.
That's about it. Yeah.
All right. We're both going to turn another day of profit. We both turned a profit on Tuesday. Let's turn another profit again today. And it all kicks off here and around the bases. We're going to take a couple of games and break those suckers down and give you bets along the way. What do you want to kick it off with here, Squirrel?
Well, I got some alternative storylines from yesterday as well. Not just the Red Sox. There was a couple frustrations. One of them included, do you remember the Cincinnati Reds and the Royals? They got, 9 runs in the first 3 innings and then just stalled 0-0-0-0 for the rest of the game.
There was bases loaded with 1 out, and I think the 8th or the 7th inning. I was like, okay, well, here comes that over. They just couldn't get one more run. Unreal.
Yeah, no, that one pissed me off. So alternatively to that, I actually had an under that I felt fairly sunk on early. I think it was the Dodgers and the White Sox. 4-0 Dodgers. I think that was like first inning, and I'm like, okay, I'm already screwed, right? If I had like under 9 or something, I was like, okay, and that pretty much held the whole rest of the game, and so I was on the other side of that in the same night. I do like the under once again in the Dodgers and White Sox here. And I'm already beating a little bit of the closing line there. I got under 8.5, I think at minus 110, and it's minus 120 now. But that was kind of my back to the well game for the day, as taking another under in that Dodgers and White Sox.
Love when you find a series, right? You handicap it, and you've got like this offense, this bullpens, and just go look at that Mariners-Marlins game. It was a lean on Monday's show, the over hit. I didn't let that lean go by yesterday. I actually added that to the card. So, yeah, you got a good angle. Love to see it. Back to an under. And the Dodgers and the White Sox game, let's go ahead and back these Rangers. We've talked about these Rangers. So, like, what do you know? Like, how can you talk about this in like a new way. I'm not quite sure. It's just a really good stinking offense. We know what they do against left-handers. You saw what they did 2 nights ago up against Tyler Anderson when they got 5 runs in the first 5 innings. I'm going to be back on their F5 over 2.5. They're going to get Reed Detmers today, a guy that they've already faced earlier this season, and they already got this cash. He only went 4 innings in that game, gave up 7 hits, gave up 3 runs. We know the Rangers' numbers versus left-handers. This is such an easy bet. You just live with the outcome. They're just so damn good versus left-handers, and obviously already had Detmers, numbers already this season. So, yeah, Rangers F5 team total for me, a little bit of a no-brainer. What's another one for you, Squirrel?
This is one I want to tell you just because I think I got a really good price on it.
Okay.
Maybe it's not as impressive at the moment as it was when I got it. Dude, there was so much juice on the Brewers and Twins over at like minus 120 at the time I got this, and for whatever reason, the bookmaker.eu that I've been really kind of diving into because it's one that you don't get limited at, and it's just a great out for American bettors. Dude, I was able to get that over at plus 101 at 8.5, I believe. And it's not the highest of projections for me, but it was just that discrepancy that really pulled my eye to it. It was expected to be a low-scoring game last night, and it turned out not to be. But yeah, I mean, I was glad with that selection of the NRFI. That was fun to cash that and then just be at the game. I didn't care what happened after that. But it's so weird, man. Because Milwaukee's close enough, it was almost like a Milwaukee home game. There were so many damn fans. Like, there were more people cheering for Milwaukee scores than Twins. It was unreal.
What and yesterday you were between the F5 under or the full game under? Because you escaped, obviously, one of those losses because both of those would have gone over. So you did a damn good job yesterday picking that nerf. Did good.
Right, yeah.
Did really good. All right, what about the Giants are taking on the Cardinals? Can't wait to read all the comments from everybody who wants to keep backing the Cardinals today up against a team that they've only won 1 game in 6 attempts so far this season. Of course, I like the Giants, but I like the Giants from that F5 team total perspective. Going on Jordan Montgomery, admittedly, they've already gone up against him once this season, and they didn't get a cash. But I compared the numbers, of course, to what did they do back in April to what are they doing now. How about a 404 batting average right now versus left-handers? How about slugging 596? How about weighted runs created of 180? And how about we're not striking out at 15.5%? So tip your hat to Jordan Montgomery. Got to the Giants earlier this season, and this bet didn't cash. But team total and the F5 over 1.5, I absolutely like it. I think you could also look at this game and go Jordan Montgomery under 17.5 outs. That one you can get at even money. He's not going to go deep in this game because the Giants are too good versus left-handers. And even if they're not, just look for them to go ahead and pull him when they start going through that lineup through the 3rd time when he and a lot of other pitchers struggle. And they're going to be out to get a win today. They don't want to get swept here at home. Doesn't mean they won't. They've got a lot of numbers overcome. Giants with the better bullpen. Giants with better offense. We've been talking about this shit all week. Giants. All right, they're going to have themselves a day today through the first 5. They're going to get to Montgomery. So I like them to hit that F5 team total. All right, shut up and pitch time. Got to give these guys some pitching props. I went 2-0 yesterday. Jordan Lyles stayed under 4.5 Ks, and Corbin Burns, whatever, 6.5 Ks. Let's give them some more winners today, Squirrel. What you got lined up?
Yeah.
You going back to
I don't
Spencer
think I
Strider?
gave up.
You going back to Strider?
No, because I feel gypped. I don't know. I feel ripped off because yesterday I got that great price at minus 127, and it was immediately like minus 143 or something afterwards. And that's what sucks is when those games get canceled, the books already knew what the efficient line was, and then they just hang it back up, and it really pisses me off when I sat there, did a bunch of work, got the good price and everything, and then it just goes to shit. So no, I'm not back on the Spencer Strider under because I can't get a good price like I did yesterday. So I just, whatever.
I'm seeing minus 160 to your point. I mean, that's because the Bucks, they're can anticipate.
Oh, they took all the action they already know.
Yeah,
I mean, they already have all the information there is to have. So of course, it's shitty.
What was FanDuel doing? I shared you the mistake that FanDuel made. What the hell were they doing hanging that number at 7.5?
No, you got very, very lucky on that because you wake up at like 2:30 in the morning. But yeah. Yeah, man. No, I was even up at 6 a.m. today. I didn't catch that. But okay. The guy that I really like today, the guy that I actually have my money on, Going to the Reds is Ben Lively over 4.5 Ks. I got a fantastic price at -105. If you look at his ability to strike out, it's pretty incredible. If you just flip through the game logs of all the pitchers and kind of look at the prices, you get a fairly good idea of like, is this a good price or not? And then you just have to basically consider the strikeout rate of the batting team. Props are definitely much more easily beatable, and I would almost argue, so beatable that you don't need necessarily a model. If you want to spend enough time at it, you don't need it. It's certainly helpful to do like a hybrid approach, and I like to look at things from all angles, whether it be game log comparison or numerical calculation and everything. But let me tell you exactly where I have them projected at 5.35 strikeouts is the projection number. So that gives you a fairly large edge, especially at -105 when you're getting over 4.5. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's undoable by any means.
Yeah, to be honest, I was talking with a couple people in the chat. Who's the player?
Ben Lively.
Ben Lively. Okay, the Cincinnati Reds. Good. You're going to go ahead and attack the Royals. That suck. Love to see that right there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and do Reed Detmers. Here are the Angels under 5.5 Ks, +110. I know he's only stayed under this in 4 of his starts. And I know he went over earlier this season against the Rangers, but don't actually mind that because now we got some hitter familiarity. We're already on the Rangers F5 team total. We talked about their left-handed hitting numbers. The only one we didn't expand upon earlier was their strikeout rate, which is at 19.5%. Went and looked it up 10 days prior to that because you guys know how I handicap. When Reed Detmers got 7, those 10 days prior to that, they weren't hitting left-handers well at all then, and they were striking out at 26.5. Now we're hitting left-handers, and we're only striking out 19.5. Go take Reed Detmers under 5.5 Ks at +110. And also in this Brewers versus Twins game, Colin Rea over 4.5 Ks at -105. I like this one, gone over in only 5 of his 10 starts, but they're giving you a fair price at basically even money. And what do the Twins do? Why did we like Corbin Burns last night to go over his strikeout? They strike out a ton, and after last night's performance, they're still striking out a ton. They're dead worse in the MLB, just like yesterday when we talked about it, at 32.1%. So I think Rea will go over 4.5 Ks at -105. Did you have another one, or should we get to long shots?
No, but I will confirm your Reed Detmers under because I have that same projection. It's a good play at especially at plus money.
Yeah, plus
So I
money. You
see
got to
plus
jump on
108
that.
at plus 108 at FanDuel, but it's still that's the price to take. It's a good bet.
You won't see it at the end on my official bets, but that's because I've put it in a free bet over on BetMGM because they give out free bets like it's freaking candy over there. But so I'm basically on Reed Detmers. I love that play at +110. That won't be at plus money throughout the day when people go get it. That's not going to stay. All right, 4th inning long shots. All right, you teased us that maybe you've got a big dog. I also said I've got a dog.
Yes.
Which are we in agreement here? Are you going Athletics or are you going with my dog? What you got?
Oh, no, it's not the Athletics. So hopefully it is your underdog.
Sounds like it.
I don't think it will be personally, and the reason I say that is because does your underdog include an MLB debut pitcher?
No. Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay.
It's the Pirates, and the price I got is what makes it unreal. Uh, I actually had projections, and normally I don't really touch anything that has either TBD, MLB debut, anything weird with the pitcher like that when they're not known. This one though, what was the guy's name?
Osvaldo?
Obi or
Osvaldo?
Osvaldo Obi or
Beto.
something like that. Vito, that's what it was. Yeah. Uh, anyway, dude, I ran the numbers. I checked out the game, and it actually graded out really a lot closer to even odds than I was seeing, and I grabbed it at a whopping plus 155, and I believe it's down to plus 130 now.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And
Looking up his minor league
that was
stats.
all just numerical. I mean, I just have to think that there's 2 spots today where I think there's an overcharging. The books are trying to overcharge you for certain things, and one is they're trying to take advantage of the fact that that is a MLB debut pitcher, and so they just slapped some odds that were way too high on the other side of that game. The other one is not necessarily a underdog, if you will, but I think the Mets may be slightly undervalued due to the Garrett Cole name again.
Okay,
Personally,
like the Mets. I was on that Yankees yesterday. They came through for me in a sweat. They got it done there.
yeah, not a great start. Not a great start though.
No, a great start. They were the first one to get runs. Just Luis Severino gave it right back. It was a great start. They jumped out to a 1-0
No, yeah,
lead.
not a great start for Yankees. You were down 5-0 to start it out.
No, I think Scherzer gave up a run in the first inning. I think Yankees jumped out to a 1-0 lead, if I recall. I may be wrong, but I thought Scherzer
it was
gave up a run.
5-0. I'm pretty sure.
5-0.
After like 3 innings or 4 innings.
Nope. Scherzer gave up a run in the first inning. Stanton hit a bomb off him, 408 feet.
Fine. All right.
All right. You did like the Nationals today. You said big dog. I thought you were going to be on those Nationals. I like the Nationals today. Boy, nobody hits left-handers damn near as better than them. We've talked about how the Nationals hit left-handers. We love their 312 average. We love their weighted runs created at 129, slugging 519, and they don't strike out at 9.5%. You're not going to miss their bats. They're going to hit the damn ball. Hopefully they can come through for us because you're going to want them to jump out to a big lead because you don't want to have to rely on the Nationals bullpen. We always talk about
Were you
dogs.
able to do better than plus 220?
I don't know. I didn't actually bet it. When I saw it,
okay.
I think it was like 210, maybe 215 or something. I don't know, something like that. What is it now? I'm seeing 205 now. 205. Just wait. Framber Valdez is on the mound. If you like the Nationals, if you actually want to come along for the ride, that's going to go way up in price. So just hang along or jump on over to Bet Oakland where somebody will gladly take Framber Valdez and the Astros.
Oh, absolutely. Or host a parlay with it. Somebody will see that and take it. I'm sure there's a lot of them right now, actually. I was looking this morning and people were trying to, get their bets accepted. And some of them were, those stupid 4-team parlays that obviously included things like the Twins and the Rays. It's nuts, man. I'm gonna flip through some of these right now.
Well, just to expand there on those Nationals, we liked the Astros yesterday, but that was against a left-hander. They're so much worse than a right-hander. They only hit 215 right now versus right-handed pitching. Weighted runs created is only at 76, and they strike out a fair amount, nothing crazy, but at 25.5%. So I like Josiah Gray here. This should be a good spot where he should be able to go 5 innings, give them good outing. And then you're going to be holding your goddamn nose when you get in the bullpen. I'm not going to run through the bullpen stats because you're underdog. You don't have all the advantages. You don't have that advantage. But you get the hitting. I think you can get the pitching. Even though Valdez is a beast, he's going to struggle against this good lineup here by the Nationals. So Nationals today, and then you've got to mention the Giants. Like, why are the Giants an underdog today? Just because maybe the Cardinals are trying to prevent the sweep? Like, you still don't have a bullpen advantage. You still don't have a hitting advantage. And I can make a case that the starting pitching is about a wash. So we've been on the Giants all series. Sign me up. It's the Giants again today as an underdog. 5th inning, keep swinging. See what hitters you think could get the job done.
This one I spaced on. I did not get to any hitters today. Not yet.
I got
thing about the props is, at least for me, because I predominantly play offshore markets, they're not open until like when we do the show, basically. Like that's when they start coming out. So your like retail books, your regulated American books, those are open much earlier than these offshores are. So I think, maybe by 8 a.m. or better, you're probably seeing those, even in the morning. Sometimes the night before, I think like FanDuel or DraftKings will come out with some. But I certainly don't have them that early, so that's why I start on those pretty late.
You got value on the Athletics today? Just want to circle back to that real quick. Conversation in the chat. We've kind of been joking about that. Any value at whatever the hell the price is today up against Tyler Glass now? I didn't know what the price is. Let's see it.
Plus 156.
It's plus 230. And you got plus 156?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. You didn't take a stab today?
Probably not. I mean, that'd be an 8-game win streak against Tyler Glass now. No, I don't think so.
It's like waiting for it to end, right? And today's got to be the day, right, Squirrel? Tyler Glass now, it's got to be the day.
I mean, you'd think, but you probably would have thought that the last 7 games in a row too. So who knows?
That's fair. All right, I got some hitting props for you guys. Let's go right to this Blue Jays versus Orioles game. Let's go right to Kyle Bradish. Fantastic career batting averages from these Blue Jays off of Bradish. Springer hits 546, Kirk hits 714, Vlad Guerrero's 385, Bichette is 333, Kiermaier 600, and Chapman's 286. So whip you up a same game parlay, dropping a lot of those guys. You can also do Paul Goldschmidt today. He's 17 for 30 up against Delphel Scani. 6 doubles, 4 home runs, and only 3 strikeouts. So he ain't missing his bat, and he's doing a lot of damage. Love Goldschmidt today. Love Justin Turner today as well. He's 6 for 8 off Austin Gomber. 0 Ks, 3 doubles, and a home run. I really like Justin Turner. What's this guy's name here? Adley Rutschman for the Orioles. He's 7 for 10 off Barrios. He hasn't struck out yet. He's got a K and 2 doubles. And then always Trey Turner. He seems to pop up in this show from time to time. He's 8 for 19 off Merrill Kelly with only 2 strikeouts. A lot of those are singles, though, so maybe not a total bases with him, and maybe just like a over 1.5 hits, runs, and RBIs, because I see runs in that game for sure. So I think I would pivot to the hits, runs, and RBIs with Trey Turner. So those are some guys for you. 6th inning, it's a steal. I'll give you my NRFI of the day. Squirrel will give you – what you going to give us, Squirrel?
My steal was betting the Rockies and Red Sox over 9.5 when it was 9.5. I think it might be 10.5. No, 10. 10 juice to the over, some 10.5. So I don't know. But that's certainly my steal. My best between that and the Pirates plus 155. But generally, I consider a steal when I'm closing the best. Getting a full run of value on a MLB total. I'm very, very happy with that.
Very good. Good work right there. All right, yesterday I did really good in this category. Gave you teams that could score in the first inning as opposed to a NRFI. Today, let's give you one team that I think can score and then a NRFI parlay, or we'll just kind of pluck out some individual teams. I think the team that can score today in the first innings, those Boston Red Sox going on against Austin Gomber. Not only do they hit left-handers really well, but he's already given up 11 runs in his 13 starts in the first inning, 3 home runs. He's letting dudes hit 310 off him in the first inning with a 1.71 whip. So I'd be targeting the Red Sox to score in the first inning. If you want a couple teams that maybe don't score in the first inning that you can parlay together, I can't see the Athletics getting it done up against Glasnow. He hasn't given up a run so far yet in the first inning, albeit it's only been 3 appearances, but he's been just as strong as he always is. So the Athletics will NRFI. I think the Mariners will also NRFI against Yuri Perez. He also hasn't given up a run so far this season, the first inning and 6 starts. He's been good. We've kind of piggybacked him a little bit. We've obviously piggybacked the Marlins a ton. I just don't like the starter there for the Mariners in Castillo. He's got a name of I'm a good guy, but he's got some god-awful first inning numbers, so I laid off that NRFI. And then the Tigers going up against Spencer Strider. He's given up a few runs in the first inning, but they were up against much better caliber teams, the Dodgers, the Reds, and the Mets. We know the Tigers struggles versus right-handers. He struck out 22 batters in the first inning and 13 starts. Yeah, he's going to bring it. So give me the Tigers, Mariners, and Athletics, and you can find that at minus 103. 7th inning, best bet. If you only got to make one bet today, Squirrel, for all the coin, what's it going to be?
If I were to only make one single bet, the thing I feel the absolute most confident on that I have today probably has been Lively over 4.5, just because of the juice and because of the opponent. And if you're looking at what he has done, you kind of have to disregard the first 2 outings that he had because he was on a short leash. It was his first 2 games way back in May. He only went 2 innings or 3 innings. Ever since then, when he's been getting 5 to 7 innings, he's popping off for 8 to 6 strikeouts a game. So then you put him up against the Royals there and give me minus 105 for over 4.5 Ks. It's just wrong.
That's another team we didn't mention there in the 4th inning, long shots, but why are the Reds a dog today? We've been on the Reds the first 2 days. We've bet on the over. Obviously, that went 1-1, but the Reds have gone 2-0.
Right.
I don't get that one right there. All right, for my best bet today, it's going to be yesterday's best bet that got rained out. Tigers F3 team total under 0.5. Just think they're going to struggle early and often against Strider. So Tigers F3 team total under 0.5 at even money. Got to give these guys a parlay. What parlay did you cook up for the people?
I never do. I always do these off the top, don't I? Let's see. Oh, you know what? Do you like the money line? I don't think we talked about this. Do you like the money line on the Rangers today? I was talking in my Discord chat today about how I hate doing this thing where I sit there and I'll be like looking at a game thinking this is a valuable bet and I just watch it dwindle before my eyes. Like I just literally see minus 140 go to minus 150, or I'll see plus 150 go to plus 140, and I'm like, shit. I was like, why didn't I take that? um, this was one that started to move. I saw it at minus 125. I liked it. I think I still do. I would take, I guess, the Rangers and I don't know. I think it's probably a pretty easy cash to take the Rockies and Red Sox, but it is at 10.5 now. I mean, I got it a full run ago. Gosh,
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to do anything too like super square, but
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What do you have? What are you doing?
I've got Braves in game one with Spencer Strider up against Reese Olson.
Yeah, that's we'll
And,
just we'll just roll with that.
and I'm gonna say the Rays. Like, okay, everybody loses eventually. Even the bad teams lose, and even the good teams lose. So, Athletics, or give me the Rays and the Braves. You can get that at even money right now. Even money for Braves in game one
Sure.
with Strider. Rays taking on the Athletics in the nightcap with Tyler Glass now. So even money. Yeah.
Sounds good.
Sign me up. All right, let's
I
throw
like
these
it.
bets up on the screen, and then let's talk every single game from a money line, run line, and over under perspective. We call it rapid fire. Who cooks up rapid fire parlays on a daily basis? I know I do. I do. This is what I'm rolling with today, fellas. A lot of F3, F5. You got to wait till the end of the games to get paid today. We're going to get you guys paid nice and early. I've given out, obviously, tons of leans like I do every day. You will see when the card comes out in about 20 minutes on Twitter that I've got 3 free rolls that I've cooked up as well. So, yeah, I don't know. BetMGM, love their free bets. Love it. Let's get on into it, Squirrel. Let's do it. Here we go. Brewers and Twins with an over-under of 8.5. Brewers at plus 135. Twins at minus 155. I'm a little surprised to see this one go over as much as it did yesterday.
Whoa, what just happened there?
I'm taking the Brewers at plus 135.
I got to get back into my. I accidentally closed my model, so that was inopportune timing. I was trying to like expand it out. There we go. Okay, we're back to Twins and Brewers, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I liked value when I opened the board today. On the Brewers because it was plus 150. I watched it dwindle all the way down. So I think that there was good value. There may be a shred of value still on the Brewers if you're looking at a money line. Otherwise, I went over 8.5, but it was plus 101. So things that you just can't get anymore, man. It's such an advantage to bet early. I can't stress enough to you. If you're trying to get valuable lines that you can no longer get later in the day, you got to do it early because I think people get home from work and it's like 5 p.m. and they're like, oh shit, I got to get down on the game tonight. And they do stupid stuff. And, it's way too late. It's just way too late. Why are you taking over 10.5 when you could have got 9.5 just in a matter of, less than 12 hours ago?
Mm-hmm. Braves and Tigers with an over-under of 8.5. Braves at minus 250. Tigers at plus 210. I will. All comes down to this Reese Olson guy. I'm going to actually take the over. I'm going to take the Braves run line. Over and Braves run line.
Okay. Let's see. Hasn't really moved. The over. I mean, I guess it's juiced to the over. It's a scary one, because it's like. I can see totally the Tigers not scoring, but I can see the Braves just 9-0ing it. So I don't know. I guess the over would be maybe the only viable option, but it's still scary with the considering the pitching and yeah, I don't know. I'm not actually playing it, but I'll say the over.
Yeah. Cardinals and Giants with an over-under of 8.5. Giants at plus 135. Cardinals at minus 155. I think this is an over, just like yesterday that we hit in a parlay.
Mm-hmm.
And I like the over, and I like the Giants.
Yeah, I like the over, and I like the Cardinals. However, I only liked the Cardinals at minus 140. It's no longer there. It's another 10 cents. It's minus 150 price. But I did model at minus 160, so at minus 140 I liked it. I don't like it anymore, though. too
We got
much
the
to pick.
Braves and Tigers in game 2. Dylan Dodd up against Michael Lorenzen, over under of 9.5. Braves minus 155. Tigers plus 135. I don't really ever bet doubleheaders, so I sure as hell ain't gonna be
I
betting
don't
this one.
either, and I didn't even model it because I didn't have Dylan Dodd. I don't think I had pitchers, so I just left it blank.
Okay, Blue Jays and Orioles with an over-under of 9. Blue Jays minus 115, Orioles minus 105. Hard to ignore some of those batting averages I mentioned there for the Blue Jays. And actually, the Orioles swing a hotter bat right now versus right-handed pitching, over 9 runs, and I don't care who wins the game.
Yeah, I got it 9.5 as a projection. If I had a lean on the money line, I would go with Blue Jays just because I have a minus 120 as a projection on the money line.
Okay, the Rockies and Red Sox with an over-under of 10.5, plus 200 for the Rockies. Red Sox at minus 240. I think the Red Sox are trying to prevent the sweep, if I recall today. Been a rough series for them.
I don't have them lit up like I did yesterday at 290. I have a minus 188 today. They're being offered minus 230, so it's not even remotely close. But yeah, that over is
Taking the over.
for sure.
Yeah, I'm taking
The
the
over is
over.
for sure. And again, I was on it a full run ago. So
And if you, I mean, the Red Sox should do really. I mean, Austin Gomber's out prop is 14.5. I don't even think he's going to go 5 innings pitched. He's going to get crushed today. Yeah, give me the over. That's an easy one. Yankees and Mets with an over-under of 7.5. Minus 110 up against minus 110. Yeah, I'd flip a coin for this one. I will say I will be with the Mets, though, because the Yankees' offense has declined a little bit here when you factor in the last 10 days. So I think the Mets. I'll take the Mets today at minus 110 with Verlander.
I will too, and I've been leaning towards the under. Yesterday's game was supposed to go under, and didn't end up anywhere near that either. So I think a lot of busted unders that should have been or were projected that way. Even Marlins Mariners, I think, being another one where at T-Mobile we keep getting a lot of sevens, but I think I would go under 7.5, and I'm for sure all over the Mets minus 130 for myself as a projection.
Angels and Rangers over under of 9.5 plus 110 for the Angels. Rangers minus 130. I do like the Rangers at minus 130. They have Angels hit left-handers, but obviously not at the rate at which the Rangers do. Hard to find many teams that do. I'm going to take the Rangers. They're not getting swept here at home. Minus 130, and I'll also take the over because the Angels are chipping in for sure on this one.
Yep, yes to both of those for me.
Pirates and Cubs over under of 9. Dog of the day here for the Squirrel with the Pirates at plus 135 currently. Minus 155 for the Cubs. Over under of 9 again. I didn't even handicap it. I didn't know who the hell this guy was, so I don't know.
Yeah, I have 9.75 for a total, but that Pirates is a lot closer to even money than you might think. I think they're really trying to take advantage of the fact that he is an MLB debut pitcher, and I was able to nab it at a plus 155, so 20 cents higher than the line currently resides, so I'm happy with that.
Nationals and Astros over under of 7.5 plus 205 for the Nationals, minus 245 for the Astros. I'm going to take the Nationals on the run line. Give me that run and a half. They're going to cover it. Basically at even money, they're going to do it. Surprise of the day. Nationals coming through.
7.5. So it opened at 8 and moved down to 7.5. I would probably play the over then. If you're going to take a Nationals, I wouldn't say that Houston's not expected to score at all, but 7.5 seems a little ridiculous.
Yeah,
Too low.
that one looks low. Reds and Royals over under of 9.5. Reds favored now, minus 115 up against the minus 105 Royals. I still laugh when the Royals are favored with Jordan Lyles yesterday, and he's 0-13.
Yeah.
I have no idea what people are doing betting the Royals and making them the favorite. Daniel Lynch is on the mound. God, he's really bad. The Reds are pretty good versus left-handers. I'm taking the Reds for the sweep. I'll also take over 9.5. It's been an over series. Obviously, he cashed in game 1, missed yesterday on the hook. I like the over.
Which it shouldn't have. It was the right play. I mean, if you're talking 9 runs in the first 3 innings and then to just go dormant for the rest of the game is BS. Of course, the over is the play here. I'm not concerned with picking a winner.
Yeah. Rays and Athletics over under of 8.5, minus 275 Rays. Athletics plus 230. Rays on the run line, minus 150. I'll take it.
I think you and I both tried to take an over yesterday, and it was like 2-1. But I figured both bats would be going, and they didn't. Um, Today we have 8.5. I've got 7.75, roughly.
There you go.
I don't know. Do you play an under? Maybe. Yeah,
Yeah, but
Glass now is gonna. Yeah, I mean, A's aren't probably gonna hit too well, at least for the first half of that game.
it could be wrecking, some of these overs, as you saw with the Athletics yesterday. They did it with Hogan, Harris. Yeah, you're seeing it across the board. These starters that are not that great, I guess we'll put it nicely to them. They're putting in the opener, a bullpen guy that's pretty damn good to face the top of the order. So now, dude obviously doesn't have to face top of the order one less time. It's a great move. It's paying off. You're seeing it. It's the reason why a lot of teams jump on that strategy. You get to face the top of the order one last time. That's hurting the overs. It's hurt it. And these teams are making the decisions late, right? You thought it was going to be Hogan, Harris, and then 3 hours before first pitch, they announced some bullpen guy was going to open. So you guys got to watch out for that strategy. And maybe if you don't quite know the starter, or if he's not quite a power guy. But Phillies and Diamondbacks over under of 8.5. Phillies plus 110. Diamondbacks minus 130. I like the over here and not worry about a winner. I love the over here.
What was it? Sorry.
8.5 for an over. Phillies Diamondbacks.
Phillies Diamondbacks. Let me take a look. Yeah. Do you say you like the over, by the way?
Yeah.
Yeah, I do too. This is a massive discrepancy. I'm just noticing. This is something that I haven't actually bet, but we'll probably be on it now. Looking at more like 10 for myself, so 8.5 is great.
Yeah, I got to get on that one. Marlins and Mariners with an over-under of 7. Hanging another 7 in this series. With the plus 160 Marlins, Mariners minus 190. Had 2 overs in the first 2 games. All right, this one's going under. And the Marlins are going to pull it out behind Yuri Perez.
They keep coming out to 6.5 for me, the projections.
Yeah, this one's going under. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
We got the Guardians and Padres with an over-under of 8. Guardians plus 135. Padres minus 155. Almost took a stab at Michael Wacha under his Ks. The Guardians, their number, I have to go look it up real quick. It was like 14 points something. Like they already don't strike out, and they're getting better at not striking out, and they still hit 318, and they're slugging 505. Give me the Guardians at plus 135 today. You know I love that bullpen.
As we're speaking, the game is going to 8.5 from 8. I don't know if there's any minus 115s left. I grabbed it at that. 120 is okay. I mean, it will be 8.5 here shortly. So the over in the Guardians and Padres is the play for me.
White Sox and Dodgers also has 8.5. White Sox plus 230. Dodgers minus 275. Clayton Kershaw over 7.5 strikeouts is a fantastic look on the sports books. You want to hear this strikeout percentage from the White Sox on not a small sample size, but also not a big one. 44.6%, and they're hitting 190 versus left-handers. Kershaw should cruise through this lineup if those numbers play today, and he's going to go way over 7.5K. So, yeah, I like the Dodgers today. Clevenger is going to get knocked the F around. He's going to sorry, I almost let one slip there. He's going to be
You're good. I didn't hear anything. I don't know what you're talking
about.
This
Dodgers run line, pretty easy call right there.
It's adult content here, sir.
That's right.
Let's see. I was going to look at my projection for Clayton Kershaw so I could see if I agree with that at all. Or, I mean, I guess if the numbers agree with it. To go over, what, 7.5?
Yep. Where you like it?
This always depends on juice. At minus 125 would be the under for myself, under 7.5 at minus 125. But it always depends on props because they widely vary so much. I mean, you can find one book that has minus 120, some other book has minus 150 on something. So, but yeah, my projection would be under 7.5. But we'll see where it ends up.
Okay. All right, cool. Good stuff right there. All right, fellas, as we mentioned on earlier today's show, This is going to be the last show of this week. There will be no show on Thursday, Friday, so make sure you come on back to us Monday. Oh, I did want to mention out where was the DraftKings win by two plus runs. Let's see if we can't get that in real quick. Which team do we think can jump out to a 2-run lead? Let me see.
Probably the Braves, right?
Oh, yeah, I don't want to waste it, though, on a big favorite. I don't want a minus 250.
Oh, okay. I don't know what the thing is really. Here, let's see. So the idea then would be you might want an away team that is like a slight favorite that could tag a pitcher, right? I mean, you'd want like the top of the first, ideally, to be 2-0.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go. Wait, just I don't. I almost want to go Phillies, but I'm nervous that then if they don't do the job, then obviously I like the Diamondbacks to hit Suarez pretty hard, so maybe I can't do Phillies, but kind of like the Phillies, kind of like the Reds at minus 115. I'm going Reds. What did I go with yesterday? I went with Reds yesterday. Got a cash. Yeah, I'm going Reds again today. All right, there it is, fellas. I'll lock that in, of course, a little bit later. All right, go have yourself a day. We look forward to seeing with you guys on Monday. We will, of course, be giving out bets, even though we won't be doing any shows. So make sure you get on over to hockeysquirrel.com and give me a follow on Twitter, as the bets will be coming out over the next couple of days on there. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us this week, as always. Good luck with your bets today. Enjoy your weekend. We'll see you on Monday.
Sounds good. See you, man.